All right, what is going on YouTube? My first live stream took me quite a while to get this going. I'm gonna make sure double check my. Actually, let's double check. You already know what the title's about. We're gonna go into ETC and Doge. Man, for the last couple of days, these coins have been like neck and neck, battling it out for the epic dominancy of coins. Maybe that no one really had an idea of even looking at. So yeah, I see we are live. Double check mine. Yeah, buddy. I hear myself. All right. So, like I said, make sure you guys. We'll get into the video. I also want to show you guys real quick. I want to show you guys my channel, so make sure you guys go in here and subscribe. I have a lot of cool things going on. I've been into crypto for this whole year, a little bit of last year as well. But honestly, this was my first year kind of going into crypto. Have made a lot of good profits on Dogecoin specifically. I bought some ETC when it was like $10, so I am getting some good returns on that as well. Let me kind of give you the backstory. So I started my whole cryptocurrency type with like normal Robinhood. I kind of went through and I wanted to get into Bitcoin because Bitcoin at the time, when I was looking at it, this was almost going on a year, not a year. Well, yeah, a year ago. When I was looking at it, it was around like um, $3,000, $4,000 around there. I think it was right after the pandemic, um, where everything crashed, everything just went down, and I put a little bit of money in it. Um, Kind of made a mistake, kind of pulled it out too soon. It hit like I think it was like 10 grand, 10K, 15K, somewhere around there. Cashed out and did not get back in until around 30 yeah, about 30,000 I got back in. So what I use the profits for, I kind of used it to buy more Tesla, more Apple, more Google. I sold Amazon stock. It was around 3,500, and I kind of just reinvested it. Those like Bitcoin and Amazon, kind of reinvested back into Tesla, more so Tesla. When I'm in heavy in Tesla right now, um, but it's amazing over the last year how crazy Bitcoin has gone from 4 to 5 grand all the way up to 6,500. I think 62, 6,300. Yeah, you can see right there, or 60,000. Man, if I bought just one Bitcoin at like 4 or 5K, I think it was like, yeah, 4K. Man, it was crazy. It was around the time my Amazon stock. It was on the time where Tesla like dipped really bad, and it was like at 400, and then it shot back up to a grand, and it shot back down. Um, yeah, around that time was when I was kind of really getting into the stock market and kind of setting myself up. I was kind of going in with my my retirement, my 401k. I was kind of playing with that, kind of like for using that as like kind of free money, kind of just learning all the ropes of it. So really cool. I suggest to do that as well if you guys are kind of new at it. You guys can play with like your future kind of money, kind of going into that realm, because it's really good to just like kind of test it out and see how you like it. Also with that, you can play, you can put a couple $100 in, or even a couple dollars in and just test it. I know some people put a couple dollars in a Doge, and they're riding it up. But let's get straight into Doge. So Doge is sitting at 69 cents. I think at the highest it went up was like around in the low 70s, around 70. As you can see, the last 7 days, man, the last 7 days, it's been crazy. The last month too has been wild as well. So in the last month, around April, yeah, so around exactly a month, around April 7th, Dogecoin was at around 5 or 6 cents. Kind of has been trickling up. If you guys can see right there, it was right around 6 cents. And at that point in time, I remember this was like all time highs. Uh, Everyone's like, "You gotta sell, you gotta sell." Let me kind of take you back. I bought in around early January, mid January. I bought it in mid January, right before it hit a penny. So it was like at 0.9 or 0.09, like right before it, around here. I bought it around January 15th, January 20th, and it had that big spike and went up to 7 cents and shot back down. I think it went down, yeah, to 2 cents. It went down to 2 cents. So I remember I lost a lot of money because I didn't cash out. At this point in time, I did cash out at 8 cents. I put my initial investment in and kind of been sitting on the sidelines. I bought a little bit here, a little bit there, but not as heavy as I did the first time. And honestly, I was thinking this is way too much. At 5 cents, I was thinking, this was a lot. I don't know. This is kind of like all time highs. There's probably going to be a spike, but if it kind of goes hand in hand with, not exactly, but kind of with the stock market, especially Tesla, because I was watching Tesla for over a year, and a lot of the time where it's flat right here, you can see it flattening out after the spikes. So this is kind of like correcting itself. It's kind of going steady. Went up, as you can see, kind of went to 5 cents again. Had a couple spikes where it went to like 6 or so, high fives, and kind of consolidated again. But honestly, once it hit 6 for like the third time, I want to say, it has not come back down. So where are we going? Man, it's hard to say. April 19th would have been a good time to sell for sure for me. Where we're sitting at 38 cents and it went all the way down to around 15. So, that'd been a pretty good dip. And then from there, the 15 cents, we have not hit 15 cents since April 22nd, 23rd, around that. It was like, I want to say it was like 21st, midnight, 22nd day. And then by the 24th, we had already a spike up to mid 27s. And that's where I bought it again. I bought it around 27, 26, around this time. I put more money in, and I have not put any more in because it has been doing nothing but going up. Even the dips, I'm not sure because, like, honestly, that dip here, or that spike right here where it met its all-time high again around 30, almost 40 cents, 38, 37 cents, it shot up again. So, I mean, it's kind of like that old saying, buy the rumor, sell the news. Doge is next or tomorrow. Elon has been a big component of pushing Doge, and you can see it. They push Doge. Oh, let me go to the market cap. Elon has pushed Doge to be in fourth place. Last time I checked, Doge was sitting around, I want to say 15th, 14th place here. And even before that, I want to say Doge was in the 20s, high 20s, 30s, if I can remember correctly. But let's look at some of these coins in the high 30s. I mean, these could be potentially Doge. It's possible that any one of these can be the next Doge. And two, Doge has had a crazy run, but that's not to say another coin hasn't had a crazy run like it. ETC, let's go right into ETC. ETC has been pretty much neck and neck with Doge. I thought ETC was here. Let me look for it real quick. But it has been neck and neck with Doge. So ETC's sitting at 16. I could have sworn it was sitting at high 8s, but oh yeah, because it fell back down. So let's get into ETC. ETC itself has been going crazy. All-time high, was at 40-ish cents. I want to say like it was like 40 exactly. 40 cents, $40. And I wasn't trading at that time back in 2018, and I think even spiked in the 17, around the time I want to say when everything took off for Bitcoin, when it went to the 20,000s and it crashed. Yeah, so it kind of went in there as well, but yeah, I mean, we haven't seen it since then, since 2000. We haven't seen it since around $40 since 2018, early 2018. And look at all these good amount, at least 2+ years, going on 3. Yep, 21st. Yep, exactly. Almost 3 years. So I mean, that's crazy to think about that this coin was kind of it was wrote off or written off. Bitcoin was kind of merging as the number one currency, at least crypto, and Ethereum was right behind it. And now it's crazy how in that few I mean a couple of years or 3 years from what Bitcoin kind of went crazy. Um, we have more currencies kind of catching fire. So, for example, this has been sleeping giant. I don't know if it's going to keep going, but currently it's at 128. The high I want to say was around like 250 or 275, almost 180 for this coin. Yeah, it 273 was the all-time high. I want to say it was 275, but yeah, either way, a couple dollars off. Man, I bought mine at $10 early. It had to be early yeah, it had to be early January. I think I bought around March, late March. I think it was around late March I bought it, or maybe early March. It was around $10 here. So I bought in. I think I put a couple hundred in, or so. So it's been doing great. Dogecoin. I mean, my portfolio. Like I said, I just got into crypto, so most of my stocks were kind of. It was around 50-50, maybe more stocks. Like I have a lot. Into heavily in Tesla. I got a good position in the low 600s. I bought more in the low 600s, and whenever it dips, I kind of keep buying, kind of same mentality, trying to keep the same mentality with the crypto. But with the crypto, it's very hard because you have these spikes and goodbye, and it's kind of like you buy into if you want, but you're not sure because let's go into the last like 7 days with Ethereum Classic ETC. So if you were able to get in at the highs around $40, right? So it made a record high. It made its all-time high right here. Sorry, right here. Made its all-time high, April 16th. So April 16th, almost 3 years later, ETC is back, right? We had a huge spike from around $10. I think that's where we're sitting at. Mostly $10 throughout the whole year. And it shot right up to $43. And at that time I was like, oh man, that I missed out. Like I was gonna buy more. I wanted to buy a bit more of ETC because of Doge. Doge is going up high. Kind of took some profits on there. Not recently, but I did before. So I was thinking about doing the same thing and throwing it into ETC. Also, too, just throwing in extra money that I had sitting on the side as well. I wanted to throw in ETC, but I did not get that chance because at the time, April 16th, I was like, oh, all-time high. I mean, I guess I had about 15 days. I guess I didn't really pull the trigger. But when I was looking at it, I don't know. Maybe I was focusing on Doge because around that time Doge was kind of popping up as well. So this is crazy itself because it has not come down until recently. So let's go to the 7-day. So it shot up to 175, and I was like, I think I was sitting pretty good on that, a couple grand in there, and telling myself, man, I should have bought more. I should have bought more. But now, ever since then, it's been slowly dropping. I mean, we're having spikes, right? we're having spikes, but it's spiking up to go straight back down. So there's I want to talk about why I think ETC and Dogecoin kind of spiked up. With Ethereum Classic, I think the number one reason, um, well, it's probably they're taking profits from Doge, trying to find another way to put money into something, right? Maybe another coin, maybe another option. Kind of like what we saw. Kind of like what we saw. I'm not sure if it's the same people who are doing this, but most likely. And everything with the GameStop stock, right? Ever since that madness, um, you've had a lot of people, just buying whatever that's really trending, making it go super high. I mean, with GameStop, they had a lot of short squeezes on there. So every time they raise the price, sell. Another big portfolio sold. Another one sold. And when you sell, so when you sell, it's kind of like, what's going on here? It's kind of like a chain reaction. You're selling, I'm buying up high. You're selling again, I'm buying up high, and it's just an endless upward trajectory of buying and selling. But the buying is outperforming the selling in a sense, and they just rode that all the way up. I did not get into GameStop. I was thinking about it at like $2. I was like, oh, you know what? I should put like a couple hundred in there. Ever since then, I've been listening to my gut of just saying, all right, maybe I should just put some in here. Because at the time, GameStop GameStop was kind of tanking. The company was going under. It was most likely gonna go bankrupt. Like, everyone was talking about it. You saw a lot of just bad PR press release from GameStop. You saw managers quitting, videos on YouTube, just anything under the sun about how bad it was to work there, and how it was a horrible company, how the higher up managers were doing shady things, all this stuff, right? And with that, you had the stock just, well, it crashed from the stock market in general, or the pandemic, and yeah, it didn't look bright for GameStop. So I was thinking, why would I buy it? There's no point, because it might go bankrupt, might lose whatever investment. It's possible if it goes bankrupt and you have assets in there, they're gonna cash out and sell their debt before they get to the stockholders. So you pretty much will be out of, maybe you get a couple pennies. I don't know. It depends. But yeah, and I think that was another thing I heard, that they were surrounded with just debt, just horrible debt, just bad moves. Anyways, fast forward. I mean, that thing took off like crazy. So you have those people, I'm assuming, took their profits, probably got into Doge first. They saw, it was cheap. It was, not as crazy expensive as Bitcoin. They could buy a lot of it. And, there was pretty big following even this year. This year has been nothing but how crazy Doge has been. I mean, the spike from not even a penny to 7 cents. That was crazy. I remember when I was in on it. Like, I was in on it. Looking back at it now, it didn't get the hype it did get because of GameStop, the GameStop stock. GME, let's go GME. GME, that took its thunder away, I think. So now when the whole that's another catalyst I want to say that happened with Bitcoin, has helped catapult Bitcoin, or Dogecoin and ETC, because the attention was taken away from GameStop and it was put into AMC, kind of, or vice versa. They were kind of going back and forth, or they were moving up together. And when the whole thing crashed, people took profits. Most of the people who bought in high or bought in medium high or whatever, they pretty much lost a lot of their money, because, like I said, it's hard to time the market. It's not wise to jump in when things are going up, because GameStop, GME just went to around 4 something, crashed right back down, and it has been going up and down, but mostly down, kind of like what we're seeing with ETC. Um, and yeah, like if you bought in on the hype, if you bought in on the hype, on the 6th even, you made $2 if you bought one. So it's kind of hard. You could have sold, at 170, 175. You'd have made about give or take $50 on your coin if you bought a couple. If you bought 10, 500. But most of the people, maybe they took it. Maybe they're like, it's going to the moon, and they probably sold down here. That's why it's probably tanking. When you have the fear of missing out, and then you ride it up, and then you have that fear, oh, I should have sold. You kind of just panic sell, and I think that's what we saw from the highs of the 6th. Either you had people taking profits who were probably in on it from way back here, or early, not way back there, in March, maybe mid-March, early March, or if you had people even riding it from when it spiked up in 2017 and 18. You probably had a lot of people have a lot of coins, depending on what it is, and they probably took advantage of that spike and sold it. It's possible. But yeah, getting back to let's go back to Doge. So going back to Doge, now that GME is not a thing, and that train has died, you have seen Doge just take off and not look back. I mean, yeah, it consolidates. It normally does. Most stocks or most currencies. It's at 70 cents now. We're up 24%. Sweet. I want to look at my portfolio, but try not to. You know what? It's possible to get to $1. I mean, buying it just at a whim, before a penny hit, just because it was cheap, and I was like, yeah, I could buy a lot of it, and it's cheaper than Bitcoin, because when I bought Bitcoin, I put $1,000 in Bitcoin, nothing crazy. I put $1,000 in Bitcoin at like 30-ish thousand. So I want to say it was early year. It might have been when I bought it early January or late January when I bought all my crypto. I think around the same time, mid-January, early January, might have been around here. Maybe I did buy it in December. But anyways, I bought it for like around 30 grand. Put 1,000 in there, and it hasn't performed as much as I thought it would, because I think I'm at 50%. If my math is correct, I think I'm up like 50% on that. But with with Doge, let me check my portfolio real quick. Yeah, I'm up 2,000% right now. Almost 2,100%. So I mean, that's not even the people who got in like last March. When it first started. It's like I said, it's a crazy uncharted territory we're in on, ETC, crypto in general. Crypto, this is a whole new ball game. Once Bitcoin shot above 20,000, hit its peak, crypto has been kind of taken off. Not all of them, but slowly building that brand recognition. I would guess, with Bitcoin and crypto, and now Dogecoin's on board, ETC, Ethereum. I mean, I got into Ethereum. I bought all my stuff around the same time, so I think I got in on Ethereum, like 800. So it's at 3,500. It's amazing. Like, within the last, I would say, 2 to 3 months, my cryptocurrency has more than tripled my stock money, and I put a lot of money in my stocks, and like Apple, Google. No, okay, so I lied. I'm heavily into Tesla. I have some cash reserves in Apple. I have some SPAC stocks that I'm kind of dabbling in. Maybe the highest is like 300 I have in there, and those are just going bad. I mean, now I bought them pretty low, but it's, even with Tesla being so volatile this like last 2 months, I made like zero money on Tesla, but just because I bought it so low, I'm not really losing money. I mean, I'm maybe losing $20 a day, and I'll gain it back. So I mean, it's crazy. I'll make like $400 or $500 on Tesla, and then I'll lose it, go back down to zero. So what I'm saying is, it's uncharted territory, crazy times for crypto. Crypto has just taken off. Ethereum, I think, was one with Doge, has just been going up. I bought ETC because it was cheap. I'm thinking people buy ETC because it's cheaper than Ethereum. Maybe they think it's the same, which is not correct. There's different, there's a ton of videos on the difference between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, but I mean, you even hear a lot of like the meme stocks. SafeMoon. I'm actually trying to buy it. It's pretty difficult to buy. I'm in the process of getting it, and this has had spikes. So, I mean, look at those crazy spikes. And I've been hearing, this has been in the news. I've seen ads for it, like on Twitter and whatnot. But, SafeMoon, man, it's Doge, SafeMoon, and GameStop has been a catalyst. Just GameStop, I think in general, was an AMC were a catalyst to start this whole, it's like the Wall Street bets kind of thing, where you get a group of people together and say, hey, we're gonna buy this stock. It's currently sitting at 0.0547. There's a lot of just different things about this cryptocurrency in general. This will be for another time, but there's different ideas about it, different people talking about it, but they finally kind of came up with their plan of like what they're gonna do, having their wallets, creating their wallets. When this first came out, I had no idea what this was. I mean, I didn't know. I don't think anybody knew. When cryptos kind of start off, you don't really know what they are until they give you a general idea of what they are. But yeah, with that, I mean, this could be another Doge. It could be. I'm not saying it is. It totally could be. Hey, oh hey, we got a watcher. What's up? Yeah, someone's gonna be holding the bag for sure. I'm not sure where I was talking about that, but yeah, if like with Doge, ETC, it's possible. It's super possible. I want to know, where are you from, Wyme? Where are you from? Are you from the States? Are you from a different country? Where are you at? Because I just started my live stream trying to figure out how to do it, and I finally got it. So now I'm fully aboard, and I've been wanting to talk about Dogecoin specifically for a long time, and now we're able to. Yeah. It's at 71 cents. Sweet. We're going up. But yeah, like I said, it's uncharted territories we're in right now. I mean, you had a lot of opportunities to kind of dabble into Doge if you would buy the dips. But even those dips, I mean, you didn't know how far they were going to dip to, because if we go back to when I first bought it, you had this pretty scary dip. I mean, not crazy high, but let's go back. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I mean, it went up to around 8 cents, and then it dropped down to like 2. So you lost a lot of the gains there. And it looked like it wasn't, I mean, at that time, you had a little bit of Elon Musk kind of talking about it. Oh, nice. Tennessee, sweet. All right, cool. Well, welcome. Hope you liked the video. So yeah, we're talking to any questions you have for me. you want to ask. I know a lot of people are talking about, Doge and ETC and Doge and Elon tomorrow on SNL, and what is he gonna say? Is he gonna hype up the train? Is he gonna say, "Hey, we accept Doge"? That was a big catalyst for, I would say, Doge as well, and all the cryptos, when Elon said that Bitcoin was gonna be, you can buy a Tesla. I'm pretty sure a lot of, what? When I want to know, when was that? I think it was. I'm pretty sure people cashed out to buy some to buy a car. As possible. We had a dip here around April 20th, the mid Aprils of last month. Oh dang, you're banking on that. That's good. Did you buy Ethereum pretty low, or? Yeah, see how far. I mean, with Ethereum, it's kind of funny. With Ethereum, I think it's a lot more stable. I mean, Bitcoin and Ethereum are a lot more stable, and I don't think they're gonna be going any crazy dips anytime soon. I mean, look at Bitcoin. We've had a lot of volatility in the beginning. Remember back in 2017, like that was when I first heard about Bitcoin. That was national media attention. Okay, see, that's still good. That's still good. Yeah, that's really good. So, with Bitcoin, that's when it got its popularity, because I was not into Bitcoin, no cryptocurrency, but people when I was working at Amazon, I was a safety specialist over there at my building, and I just remember, like, everyone was talking about, all the managers were talking about, oh, did you guys get Bitcoin? Did you guys buy it? It's like $20,000, and it was I as first time I heard about it, and thinking about it now, I mean, it didn't have the adoption. There was no adoption back then. I mean, that was 27. That was basically Christmas time of 2017, going into December. I want to say that's when it happened. Yeah, hoping for Ethereum to be the next internet. Hey, you know what? It's possible, because kind of like the whole thing I talked about earlier in the video. You have people wanting to get into crypto because of Bitcoin, right? But Bitcoin is so expensive, and you go on. I mean, most people have Robinhood. You go on Robinhood, you're looking at the crypto. Oh, Bitcoin's like super expensive, and maybe they put some in. Like, I put some in Bitcoin. I've made only about 50% of my. I made around 50% in this last year when I put money in. But with Ethereum, Dogecoin, and ETC, and those have just exploded. I mean, granted, Dogecoin went up, what? I think it was on 70, almost 1,000% early this year, when it went from a penny when I bought it to 7 cents to 8 cents almost. So once you start getting immediate attention like that, and with the adoption of Bitcoin, this Doge, I mean, it's possible to go to $1, because I mean, now that we have Elon Musk kind of talking about it, you have the Dallas Mavericks GM, Mark Cuban. He's been adopting it, kind of talking about it. He's been saying, play it safe, but man, yeah, yeah. Hey, a lot of people. I got into stocks heavily this year, but I've been looking into them since the pandemic. I mean, there was videos after video of just videos after videos of people promoting either Robinhood, Webull just and Robinhood on Twitter or wherever. You couldn't escape the hysteria for, like, get rich quick, or like invest money, or have fun playing these quote unquote kind of casino type games of stocks and cryptos and all that good stuff. And you know what? It has helped. Robinhood has helped a lot of people open their eyes to just crypto and stocks in general. And I think that's why I've been buying Doge and ETC, even Ethereum, because where can you get that easily? What does everyone have? Usually everyone has a Robinhood. It's really easy to set up, and get started. And you could even borrow money. You could do margin, and it's very accessible. And right now, since crypto is going crazy, I kind of thought about the psychology of, if you think about the mass hysteria of people, what are they doing? They buy what they can get easy. Robinhood is easy. What's on Robinhood? You have Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, ETC, Doge. What's the cheapest? Doge. Doge was the cheapest. I mean, when I got on there, that's the first thing. I was like, oh, what's the cheapest stock currency or crypto I can get in to wet my feet? Doge. That's when people went crazy into Doge because you could say, hey, I have 1,000,000 Doge, or I have 100,000 Doge, or even have 1,000 Doge, 30,000 Doge. And like now, I mean, even then people were talking, oh, it's gonna go to $1. So then if you think about it, you start calculating, if I buy 30,000, that's 30 grand. And now we're almost there. You know, we're 70% of the way there. All we need is the last 30. Now, do I think it's gonna happen overnight or tomorrow? It's hard to say, because I don't know if Elon Musk is gonna be like, hey guys, we're accepting Dogecoin, because I think what he wants to do is he wants to get the whales out, the people who are holding like millions and millions of Doge, because if he adopts that crypto and they all cash out, you know, I think was it 20 upwards of 20% of all Doge is held by the whales, something like that. Yeah, what did we say? Yeah, pretty crazy. I just it crashed at some point. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? You know, that's another thing too with the whole cryptocurrency kind of catalyst from GameStop, because GameStop, Robinhood was, you know, what most people have, Robinhood. Everyone had Robinhood. Everyone was able to buy it, and when they couldn't buy it anymore, you know, people panicked. And that around that time, Doge had the same issue. I want to say Doge had the same issue. You couldn't buy it, and I knew it. I knew I should have sold it then, but I was like, no, I'm gonna hold Doge. I believe in Doge, but if you think about it, if you just make everything down to pretty simple terms, to just make it simple for you, if you can't buy something, then it's probably gonna sell off, because most people get scared, and it's a hysteria. If you have, you know, uneducated people, and I say that they're uneducated, but new people to Robinhood. Most of the people on Robinhood are probably new, right? They saw an ad, they saw an app, they saw something. They said, hey, I'm gonna get into this and see what this is about. And if they make a couple $1,000s real quick in a couple days, that's like, hey, you know, that's probably rent for the month, maybe rent for or groceries for the month, whatever. And you can't buy anymore, and you kind of get scared, sell. And that's pretty much what happened with both. And that was another thing, because GameStop was like that was the thing to be in, or thing to buy. That was the stock to get. That was, yeah, that the news on it was crazy. Going into that week, going into the news, going into Robinhood crashing, going to the weekend when people were just like, what's going on? You know, people sold. Hopefully, if you guys were in on that, I was not in on that. Like I said in the other earlier, it was at $2. I was thinking about it, but you know, at that time, GameStop was on the verge. What I thought was a bank going bankrupt, because there was just horrible press news on GameStop. Horrible as a company, not just the stock, just the company was bad. PR, managers leaving, firing people, crazy stuff. YouTube videos galore on that, and it took off. You know, the Wall Street bets had a little scheme going with a squeeze, and smart played, but we'll never see that again. No way we'll ever see something like that again. Wall Street has learned its lesson, and they're watching every video like hawks. They're in on this whole, you know, the short, making the shorts pay for their, you know, future Teslas or whatever. But they're not gonna. That's never gonna happen again. That's gonna be a movie for sure. And at that time, I was not getting in. There was no way, because I mean, just thinking about in general terms, GameStop it's not a good company. It's pretty crappy. You know, it's on the verge of bankruptcy. I mean, crappy in the sense of not going to be worth much. I mean, the stock, it's sitting around, I think, around 100. So it's actually pretty good. So if you bought it at 2, you're still up. But you know, it's it's not my cup of tea on that. I don't see a future of GameStop, honestly. Yeah, it truly was, and yeah, yeah, they had a scheme going. They had it all down packed, pretty quiet. I mean, think about it. Wall Street making millions every year. Not even they don't even need to pay attention to anything else. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for years, probably generations. Probably learned from their dads, their parents. Friends, older friends. That's probably what it just you learn from. Your uppers and the older folks. And yeah, but now that's not gonna fly. So now it's a new territory. Now everything is just changed. So with crypto, with Bitcoin and the whole scare of it being massively adopted, and Doge possibly being the people's current crypto as or the people currency as Elon Musk kind of mentioned it. Oh, now we're at 71. Sweet. We're up to, I believe that's all time highs. I believe this is all time highs here. So if you're watching that, it's going. It's going over to, that's another thing too about crypto. It's 24/7, so you have people. I remember when it spiked Doge for the first time. You had people saying, "I'm camping all night. I'm watching this all night. I'm not getting no sleep." And I'm like, man, I gotta get up tomorrow. I gotta go to work. But I mean, it's cool, and I think that helps out too with a push on the weekends, because you have people kind of pulling out on maybe Fridays, and they kind of throw it into the earnings, because the whole stock market, man, the last year, that honestly, the whole stock market, all of 2020, well, besides from the crash, if you got in on the crash, man, you rolled pretty much every stock upwards. It's been Tesla in general. Tesla is what I've been in on. So if you were on Tesla early on, or not even, you didn't have to be early on, because it was at one point this year, it was around $900 pre or post stock split, and even before the stock split, that stock went up. It was around 2,500, almost $3,000 at one point before the stock split. So if you're, I think a lot of it had to do with that as well, with the stocks, and maybe having that GameStop scare, and having the bad, that bad press of stocks, of like, what, F stocks, I'm going to crypto. It's different. It's not like stocks where you have these Wall Street people who are pumping and dumping and all this madness, and it's, like I said, easily accessible on Robinhood. Yeah. Oh, all-time high 72. So all-time high was 73. Okay, all-time high was 73 cents, 73.2. Man, I don't know. I think at some point Doge will hit $1. I believe that. I think it will hit $1. What point in time? No idea. This could be a long ride. Yes, see, I think pumping. Yeah, if you're following the whole Doge and ETC and even Ethereum, because like I said, if people kind of want to get in on Ethereum, and they're like, hey, I'm not gonna spend, at that point, maybe it was around like $3,000. I am not spending $3,000. I can buy Ethereum Classic. It's the same name. It says Classic. Maybe, I don't know. It's cheaper. That's how I got into Dogecoin and Ethereum, because Bitcoin was way too expensive. At the time, I think, like I said, it was like $30,000. I was like, man, this is a lot. Where can I make actual money on? It's cheaper. It's a lower level of entry. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are selling ETC. Even Bitcoin Cash has been going up. Bitcoin Cash has been doing pretty good the last 7 days. You can see 30, almost 40%. I think it's even higher than that, because when I checked maybe like a month and a half ago, it was around like $400, $500. I was gonna buy in, but I didn't. I was too focused on Doge at that point, man. Doge has been just taking off. What was it going? Yeah, Ethereum Classic. So honestly, if you notice the spikes on Ethereum and Doge, they're kind of going hand in hand. Where you have a spike on, I think around this time, March or May 6th, Doge kind of dipped, and then I think everyone probably put into Ethereum Classic, and I think it's going to be a swap back and forth. And I think that why people sold at the top, and they probably threw it in Doge, because Doge has been kind of, it hasn't really sold off much. I mean, I think a low of around 53 cents in the last week. I want to say went down to, yeah, 52 cents. From yeah, see, so it's March 6th. That's when Ethereum had its crazy spike. I think they were pulling out of here to get into Ethereum, and now they're doing the same thing with Doge. They're selling out of Ethereum now that it's dipping. It's around what, 119 or so, 120, and now Doge is riding up. So I mean, it's possible. It's possible people are pumping it. People are just like flip flopping. No clue. Maybe they're just like, you know what, I'm just going back and forth, and that's why I bought. That's why I've been buying multiple currencies, and I haven't really focused just on one, because if one wins or if they all win, I win type mentality. And I kind of saw Bitcoin. I mean, I like Bitcoin, but I don't know if the value is there for what you're putting in, at least right now, because all the altcoins, it's been altcoin season in the last like month and a half. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, I was kind of like that with Amazon. I was holding on to Amazon. I was super like sure Amazon stock was gonna go to 5 grand last year, and month after month I kind of waited on it. I kind of was like, good news after good news after earnings, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting out. I'm getting a Tesla. I've been watching Tesla kind of go up for the longest, and man, that was the best decision I ever made. I sold my Amazon stocks, and just hopped on the Tesla train, because I mean, I thought it was a good company at the time, but I did not know it was gonna go where it went. And honestly, I'm thinking about it, selling a couple of my well, not now, but I was thinking about it, selling a couple of my Teslas to put more into Doge, because I honestly, I believe in these cryptos. I believe in the Doge, and maybe not long term on Doge. I don't know. It's hard to say, because depending on what happens, if Elon Musk adopts it, I mean, that's a game changer. ETC, Ethereum, think they're great. I think Ethereum in general is a great platform. Also, too, I think why people have been going to ETC over Ethereum is that on the blockchain, when you're doing different transactions or doing different things, Ethereum has a higher fee rate, from what I was told and what I've researched. It's kind of making it not really, it's kind of like, what alternative can we find that we can pay cheaper fees on? And we have a lot of different options, and I think that has helped ETC for sure. Oh, we're dipping. ETC's dipping a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I had no idea ETC was gonna go where it went, and man, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. This ride has been crazy. I hope ETC keeps going up. I might buy in a bit more, but I mean, I'm sitting at $10 on it, so I'm like, I think I'm just gonna kick back and see what happens, because if it does dip under 100, I might buy some more. If it shoots up to 200, probably won't buy any more. It's kind of great. It's just a crazy time right now. It's kind of hard to time. Dollar cost averaging is good way to do it as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what Elon says. I know a lot of people have been talking about the possibility. Let's kind of check it out. Let's see. Let's see what we're looking for. I know on the eve. So yeah, so even like Yahoo, what's crazy is Yahoo Finance, all these like big companies are just talking about Doge, which is just making it explode even higher. So it's possible that this coin crashes. It's possible that it doesn't. It's possible that everyone takes out their earnings if it does go up, put it back in ETC, and ETC rides it up to 200. Maybe Ethereum gets in there as well. Yeah, from my understanding is that ETC is like Doge. Yeah. And yeah, for sure. I want to know how much. I wonder if he's the whale he's talking about. I want to know how much he's in on it. But I want to say that there's like a law where you can't pump a company like that. So maybe he doesn't have anything in there. Maybe he just wants to see where he can push this crypto and maybe adopt it, because I think if he had any money in it, he can get in trouble for pumping it like that. Because I know Wall Street was trying to sue a couple of the people from Wall Street Bets, because technically they pumped it. I mean, it was a well thought out plan, and they pumped it. And I believe, and like I said, that's never gonna happen again, because they're gonna have laws. If they don't, they're gonna implement that law. And what's sad is someone's gonna pay the price of you know the millionaires losing their millions of dollars. And I think that's another reason why people are getting into crypto. It's we don't have the Wall Street suits in there. It's kind of how I see it as well. Kind of untapped potential here. And I mean, other than Robinhood shutting down trading and selling, I'm gonna check right now. I'm gonna see what's up with if you can sell or buy on Robinhood. If they're nope, they're still good. Yeah, there's a lot of different theories of Robinhood and Robinhood and how they have their crypto per se, right? Because we don't have wallets. Supposedly, we're supposed to, the people who have Doge in supposedly they're supposed to be getting wallets. If I can type tonight, can't type tonight. They're supposedly getting wallets. So let's see this. A $25 billion Doge wallet shark lurks. But Robinhood CEO says we don't have significant positions of any of these coins we keep. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think so. I wonder how that works. I wonder how that works, because technically, I think what they do is they give you the dollar average. So, why me? What do you have your Ethereum in? Do you have a Robinhood account, or do you have your own like trust wallet, or where do you keep your crypto? Where do you keep your big bucks at? I just opened up. I'm buying SafeMoon, so I might do a video on that, on how to buy it and my process. It's a long process. I'm going through and buying it, but you have to convert a lot of different things. But I think it'll be worth it. I think SafeMoon, it already has kind of got a reputation with Doge, with ETC. They kind of have that name recognition now, and I think it's gonna be riding off the coattails of Doge, honestly. But yeah, so let's go into this a little bit more. Let's see what they're gonna say about it. This is the data is pointed squarely on Robin. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of different things with the whole cryptocurrency and Doge, and if Robinhood does, if Robin, you know what, a lot of different brokerages are accepting Doge, or not accepting, well, having it on their on the website, so able to buy. I know when Webull announced theirs, that shot up. So it's a lot of catalyst with Doge and ETC. Oh, ETC is getting hit. I mean, I think Ethereum should be hitting 10K this year, I think, if not 5. So we still got a bit of profits to go on here. But I mean, can Ethereum reach Bitcoin levels? It's possible. You never really know with this whole crypto market. You know, I've heard of a lot, just different things. I mean, like I was talking about, not this one. But another like catalyst I was talking about for Ethereum Classic, it kind of goes off of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, same name as Bitcoin. You know, it says Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic. Bitcoin Cash has had a pretty good spike as well. In the last 3 months, yeah, we were saying at 5-ish hundred, 400, and now we're, you know, pretty much doubled it, tripled it. We do 5 times 3, it's 15. So, yeah, yeah, almost tripled your money on that one in 3 months, give or take. I mean, over the year, Bitcoin Cash has been going up, and I think it's a lot to do with it has a Bitcoin name in it, but maybe Bitcoin SV is next, and that's on Robinhood. So I mean, a lot of these ones are on Robinhood, and they're spiking. So I'm hoping Robinhood, you know, gets more crypto. Hope to get Safe Moon, make that spike up crazy high. But yeah, with that, I think I'll call it a night. Super happy to talk to you guys. Why me? Appreciate you joining me in the chat. And with that, have a great night, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll probably make another video now that I'm able to do it. I'm gonna make another video and see what maybe I'll do a live stream or something. We'll see what we're going during the you know, seeing what happens.